So, as you guessed it, I end up going back to him. So, one day my husband has an argument with the good friend that I was staying with, and she tells him about himself, and he gets angry because I did not defend him to her. Now, mind you, here's the kicker. Here is the kicker in this. He wanted me to fight her and defend her when she had first seat knowledge of what was going on. And she watched him tell me pretty much that he was kidnapping our daughter and that I would never see her again. And her red flags as a mother went off, and she had us call the cops, and she was the one driving, chasing him around Petersburg. Craziness, right? So, I'm like, you know what? I'm a wife. Let me fix my marriage. Let me put my home back together, right? So what do? We've already made a spectacle of ourselves in Crew. We're now making our spectacle of ourselves in Richmond. So what do? We pack up and we get a beautiful home in Petersburg. And, we hook up with a church in Petersburg, who I will not mention because I'm going to protect everyone who has had to deal with the Tangled Daryl. So we moved to our home in in Petersburg, Virginia. Lord, we've moved so many places I can't even keep up myself. So we moved to our home in Petersburg. And during this time, I'm living in apologetics. I'm so sorry I left you. I'm such a horrible wife. And he would always tell me, if you would just be a good wife, if you would just be a good mother, things would be okay for us. Mind you, he is not making it easy to do that. He is undermining my parenting. Every time I cook a meal, he's picking it apart, just pretty much playing a lot of mind games. And I'm going to dive into a lot of the mind games. I thank you all for your patience in watching each video. And I promise you it's going to free somebody up if you stick with me. So we moved to our home in Petersburg. And this is where it gets very serious because he has a spiritual daughter who is in Georgia at this time, who contacts us because she is currently in a abusive relationship. So she contacts him, and we go down to Georgia. Me and my daughter get into my car and we ride down to Georgia. We go pick her and the baby up, and she moves in with us. And, we're supposed to build a good life at this point and help her get on her feet. And a lot of details I'm going to skip simply because they are fluff. And I need to dive into the narcissistic behavior at this point. So she's living with us, and it gets kind of crazy from here. Stay tuned.